All right, we're live.
Hey, hi everyone. We're live. Hi, Bliss.
Hey, Kathy. Hey, everyone. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hey, you've got Mortgage Talk. I'm Kathy Colkitt, branch manager and loan officer with Geneva Financial. And we are so excited to bring you Mortgage Talk every week. And of course, my Melissa Shane, my phenomenal Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, everyone.
So yeah, we want to talk today about two words that some people love and some people don't. So you might want to plug your ears if you don't want to hear the words, and then just listen after that and say, huh, you know what? There's a different perspective. So, anyway, it's about reverse mortgage, or what we call retire your way. So, Melissa and I, a long time ago, actually made this book. It's been revised. This is our new revision of September of last year. And so what I thought I would do is go through this book with you. Just so it's a digital book, but I do put it in print because some people like that. And so anyway, wanted to talk about some pros and maybe cons about a reverse mortgage, depending how you view it. So all right. This is an interactive, like Melissa's going to have down below there the link. You can actually see it online, and it flips like a book, actually a page. It's pretty cool. So, but in the meantime, I'll be your Vanna and flip the pages for us. So, all right.
You do a great job at being Vanna. You got this.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard. I've been practicing and obviously not doing so well. So this is a video about meet Kathy. That's me. So I've been in the industry 3 decades now, long time, 30 years. Been doing reverse mortgages ever since, actually. They have changed and adjusted throughout the years. So you do want to talk to an expert, especially if you've known somebody with reverse mortgage a long time ago. Things have changed for the positive for you. So anyway, and then we have a table of contents in here. You can always call us at 509-999-6464, and we're happy to chat with you. All right, as I make a lot of noise and room. So this is, I'm going to put it up here, a QR code. Oh, look at there. Look at, I already turned the page. Sorry, Melissa, but that's a QR code to
There you
visit.
go.
And then, yeah, there's another QR code so you can actually watch a video. Sometimes that might be easier for some. And this is the use of your home, is what it says is, use your home's equity to support your retirement goals. Right. So sometimes we get to retirement and we're like, oh, can I retire? Can I not retire? Financially and all that. I'm not a financial planner, just, the questions that you ask. And so reverse mortgage may or may not be a tool, an avenue that might help you making that decision. And maybe having an opportunity to have more funds your way, possibly. So anyway, as you see here, it says your choice: no mortgage payment or make a payment. So a reverse mortgage is a loan. It is absolutely an FHA guaranteed loan. We call it a HECM, HECM. And so at the end of the day, meaning either when you sell the house, refinance the house, or if you pass away living in the house, there's a loan that's owed. During that process, however, you can choose to make a payment, make an interest payment, make a principal and interest payment, or make no payment. One of the benefits is that. Also, just to share, when it's time to take care of the loan, let's say you do pass away, your heirs and you and your partner are not living in the house anymore. You've passed away, so the house is empty. Your heirs actually don't have a financial requirement to make any payments. Again, they can if they want, but they have 6 months to let the right away, they let the bank know that you passed away, and then they have 6 months to sell it or get it refinanced. If they need more time, they can actually ask for two extensions, up to two extensions, I should say. And so you could have up to a year to make all of that happen. It takes a while. Sometimes you have to go to probate and so on to get an attorney, but it may take a process. So they are not financially obligated in that first year to make any payments, which takes that financial burden off the heirs, which is really good. So like if I passed, my daughter would not be able to make my mortgage payment for me. So that is a nice gift, actually. It's not a gift. I should say that differently. It's a nice rule because you do have to pay the loan. It's still going to increase payment every month that you're not making any payments. That's how a reverse works. So going through here, access to equity and remain in your house. There may be equity that you can access and you can still stay in your home. You can purchase with a reverse mortgage. People do not know that. Realtors do not know that. So it's a phenomenal tool. We've done so many homilists where they're selling their house. That gives
Yeah.
them, yeah, that gives them that big down payment. So
Mhm.
it's been a great tool for many people over 62. So yeah, buy a house, and actually I found that they're kind of buying brand new homes. So probably, which is good because they probably, if you're in your 60s, let's say, or 70s, and you're doing that, last thing you probably want to do is go take care of chipped and peeling paint and fences. So
Mhm.
getting into a new home could be kind of fun and exciting because everything should work for a period of time, 15, 20 years or whatever. So anyway, but some people are really they're devoted to their house. Maybe they raised their kids in the house or they built the house and stuff. So there's a big attachment to that. So understand both ways. Just the goal is you could do, or my point is the options, or you could do either. How cool is that? You have options. That's the cool part. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, we had a couple clients who bought in Arizona. They moved from Washington to Arizona for some sunshine, right?
Lots of sunshine, yeah. They did actually. And what was so cute about that is that I got notices along the way how, oh my gosh, he doesn't drive so good. He's in this big moving truck, and oh my gosh, we had to stay the night here. It was kind of fun to hear their journey along the way to Arizona. So anyway, I love that. I love that the clients do keep in touch with us, Melissa. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So very special. We talked to those clients. Well, we talked to a lot of our clients today. So, because Melissa, if you haven't watched, we've been doing a lot of scam videos. So our channel is another good one to go look at the scam videos, and especially for seniors, it's just amazing. So we care about all our clients, and seniors unfortunately get hit hard. So we try to do things that are going to help benefit them in their life today. So, and thank you for doing that, Melissa. Thank you.
Oh, of course. And unfortunately, there's so many scams. This series is going to keep going. And I'll put a link in the comments that goes directly to our scam series if any of you are interested in watching that.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot to look out for, that's for sure.
There is, and every day I'm getting mail or emails, and I'm sending them to Melissa. Here's another, just so you can
Yep.
visually see what's coming through, what it looks like. So, um, bottom line is always, whether you're our client or not, we don't care. Give us a call at the 509-999-6464. And if you can send us a copy of what it is, we'll look and see, if we have to call and find out, we'll do that on your behalf as well. So, please, we're here as a friend regarding scams. We're not attorneys or any of that. We're just saying we're here. We'll take a look. If we don't know, we'll let you know. So, okay, back to reverse mortgage here for a minute. Unmarried couples are allowed as long as you're both 62 or older. A lot of people don't know that as well. So, FHA, your max, we call it a HECM, right? Um, to find out what your max is and the charges and stuff, give us a call on that. And then let's see, you can have a fixed, you can have a line of credit with HECMs. A HECM is an FHA guaranteed loan, which means FHA guarantees it for the lender. So it's great. It's a non-recourse loan, which means the only thing FHA can receive if for some reason you used all the equity out of the house, what a great deal that could be. And or it's worth so much little compared to what is loaned, right? All they can get is the house. They can't get your life insurance. They can't get your savings. They can't get 401ks, any of that. So the only thing that's attached to this loan is the house. So when you hear people say, "Oh, they've taken it, everything," it's just not true. There's always some different truth to the story. So seller, you can pay towards, and this is new, contributions toward closing costs. Used to be that they didn't allow that, but they do allow up to 6% now, just like a standard FHA loan. So that's really great. So your costs can also be paid by the seller if you're buying a house. That's if you're purchasing. So this chart on how the loan works simply just shows you that if it's a $400,000, it's an example, right? But it's a $400,000 purchase, and your loan is 164.4. If you take it out 12 years, the example is you're 75 years as the buyer, then your house will now be worth around 640 with a 4% adjusted annual appreciation rate. And then you will owe at that point approximately $397.24. So you can see between the $397.24 and the $640,413, you would still have almost 250,000 in equity after 12 years. So that's what it's showing. A lot of people say, oh, well, there's nothing left for the kids. I want to make sure my kids have something. When we do your own very personal profile, it's in a program. Everybody's would look the same if they're using the same margin. Anyway, the point is that it's age, it's equity, how much you have down, or the age of the house, the new house you're going to buy, all of that. So my point about that is that we can then actually give you one of these charts so that you can see not just 12 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, what you may or may not have left as equity. So, and again, reverse mortgage, FHA is looking at a 4% annual appreciation. They don't have a crystal ball. It could be 1%. It could be 7%. It could be like 20 and 21 and be 20%, which I don't think in my lifetime I'll see that again. But my point is, we can't predict the future. So they're averaging at 4%. I believe the annual appreciation nationally is like 5.4. So it's still a conservative look, which is great. You can see that the loan balance still grows, right? With a rate, and they're doing a fixed rate here, and you'll see that the amortization of the house grows as well. So, because there's going to be years values go down, go up, go down, go up. So they're saying over time of 4%. So that's what that chart is showing you, is to show you that there will still be equity in the home, but potentially there will still be equity in the home at 12 years, 20 years, and so on. But for an exact profile of you, you'd want to call us and find out, and we can show you that. Some important notes: home values may increase or decrease. I just shared that, or remain the same over time. Your loan balance will typically increase due to according to the interest and the fees. So please understand that it is going to grow, right? If you're not making any payments on it, it's for sure going to grow. If you're making interest, you might be neutralizing the principal, or so on. There are ways that you can pay or choose not to pay. Yeah, and this just says that it's a non-recourse, so the heirs will never owe more than the home's value at repayment. And then actually they allow 95% for the heirs, which is really nice, of the market value. So borrowers must continue to pay property taxes, homeowners insurance, HOA if you have it, maintain the home, and once a year sign a paper that says I own or occupy. So those are the things that are required to do that. So again, must pay taxes, homeowners insurance, taxes, property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintain the home, and HOA if you have that. And then, because that is lienable against the house, some states will foreclose on you if you don't. And then also make sure that you sign that sheet. I get that a lot with clients. They want to foreclose on me because they didn't sign the paper that said they own or occupy it. They're living in the house. A lot of people see mail and they think it's a scam, so they throw it away. Well, once a year you'll get this letter, so you want to make sure you do that every year. Otherwise, they will look to foreclose because they think you're not living there anymore. So easy to remedy. We've remedied that, and everyone that's called has had that issue. So they don't know. So anyway, okay. Things that you might want to do with the cash, if you have cash, may do nothing, just let it sit in the bank. I have some clients that because if it's a line of credit, that line of credit will grow 0.5% over the interest rate. And so they've increased their availability of cash by thousands of dollars by not touching it for several years. So it makes them feel safe that they have that little safety net. You might want to go on a vacation or get a second home. Uh, you may buy an investment property, and start getting some passive income, or maybe you want to go back to school or help one of your grandkids with college tuition, or help pay for your kids or grandkids' wedding, or maybe medical expenses. Sadly, as we get older, medical expenses seem to be part of the conversation all the time. So the other day, my husband and I were sitting with some friends, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we sound like our aunts and uncles when they would sit around the table. I can't be in that realm. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Like, oh, yeah, everybody's talking about, oh yeah, aches and pains. I'm like, no, not going there yet. Oh my goodness.
Sounds like when I'm visiting my dad, it's the same kind of, aging up, and all the discussions are about, colonoscopies, that kind of thing. It's a lot to look forward to.
Oh yeah. It's the golden years, because they take
Yep.
all your gold. That's why. That's why it's the golden years. Oh my stars. All right. What else we got, Melissa, in this book?
Let's see. Let's turn the page. We got the how to qualify, how to sell and buy.
Yeah, if you want to keep your house, what does that require? And then when you're no longer in your home. So we've talked about some of these things already, but how to qualify, you would want to call us. That's the first and foremost thing. So,
Right.
but some of the basics are 62 or older. A married couples are allowed as they both are 62 or older. Home value, you must meet FHA guidelines, right? So the house has to, be safety and preservation and so on. Otherwise, there might be some fixing that you need to do. The nice thing with reverse is that they may allow what's called an escrow holdback for repairs on the house. So that could happen. So if you have availability money in the loan, they would take some of that out. You would get a bid on what it would cost to fix it. And then they would hold that out until it's fixed and then pay with that. So that's a possibility. Income sources, they look at Social Security or wages or pensions or VA benefits and so on. So whatever that income may be. Let's see, it also says, yeah, the income. So to qualify, the income has to be enough to actually be able to meet your obligations. That's really important. If you're receiving $500, for example, with Social Security, however, your taxes and insurance run you 700 a month, um, you're already in full. So, and I say that because we just got a client like that calling. So there's nothing really to be able to help in that regard unless you have enough equity. Then it's called a set aside, a lease set aside. So it's possible. So you'll want to call us, and then there's um, asset depletion we can look at and so on. But you do have to be able to qualify. So if there's enough equity, you might be able to do asset depletion and qualify that way, even if your taxes and insurance are too high. So just depends. If you own your home free and clear, that may be a possibility. Credit. So your credit history is important in the sense of that Lisa I was talking about, which is a set aside of income for taxes and insurance. If you paid your taxes and insurance on time for the last 2 years, that's a good thing. Not necessarily need a Lisa, but if you paid those, but you did not pay any of your credit cards and stuff on time, you're going to still get a Lisa because they don't believe you're going to be able to manage your credit. Now, if it was for a reason, you had a medical reason or a death or some massive change in life, if there's a way that we can prove and show that, they may make an exception and not do the Lisa, the required set aside of funds. So again, you want to talk to an expert who knows that. So how to sell and buy, we kind of already talked about that, but it's very cool to be able to sell your house and then take those funds that you have and hopefully qualify enough with those to put them into a new house for you, downsizing or resizing or whatever you need. Maybe you need no stairs. That's the biggest thing. Usually main floor living, no stairs, no basement kind of thing. But some people still want the stairs and the basement, and that works for them too. It's just that as we get older, the knees and stuff are harder on stairs, and so that's why a lot of people go to main floor, or even what's called a zero entry home, where literally, especially like if you're in a wheelchair, you just can go right into the house. There's no steps at all into the house. There's no steps out of the house, and so on. Same with the shower, zero entry, right into the shower with a wheelchair. You can do that. So you could use the money, if you have a line of credit, you can use that to make some alterations to your house if you are needing wheelchair accessibilities, or, wider doorways or entryways because of wheelchairs and stuff as we get older. So um, anyway, another possibility. Keeping your home. We've talked about that, pay your taxes on time. And so we've already talked all that, how you keep your home, maintain the property, make sure you sign that owner occupied thing when you no longer live in your home. So you've sold, you've refinanced, well, you're not living there. So you either sold it or you passed away, right? So the heirs, so in this case, they're talking about you passing away. Your heirs can take that equity, sell the house, take the equity that's left. They might decide to refinance the house in their name. Of course, they'd have to qualify that. Can they get a reverse mortgage? It would be their very own reverse mortgage, provided they met all those qualifications for a reverse mortgage. So, but yes, they could. However, you have to, meet the qualifications. If your home's worth less than what was owed, like I shared before, your heirs can allow the lender to take ownership through foreclosure or deed in lieu of process. Again, not an attorney. You'll want to talk to the servicer and ask about those options. Okay. It is a non-recourse loan insured by the federal government, and so your heirs will never owe more than the home's fair market value at the time of sale or repayment. Super easy. The whole thing about this, you guys, is quality of life. I just want to say that,
Mhm.
heirs might be saying, well, I want to have some of their money or whatever, but you know what? It's quality of life for the parents. They've worked hard. They're in their 60s. Maybe you're in your 40s or 30s. They are in their 60s. Time to relax and not work all the time. And if having a reverse mortgage on a house helps them do that, then that's what's most important. And from my
Mhm.
perspective, totally the most important thing to me.
Agree. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah. They earned it. They should get to enjoy as much of it as they want, in my opinion.
Yeah, they made all those house payments. They own it free and clear or have the
Hmm.
equity in it. They did that. So anyway, I'm just sharing because I get that a lot with the kids. Well, they want to leave with the kids, but for the most part, when they actually talk to the kids are saying, Mom and Dad, we're good. You take care of yourselves. So, and as we've shown in this, there's a really good possibility that there'll still be equity left. How much depends on how long they live, how much the house was worth to begin with, and all those kinds of things. So but it's really important to take care of our seniors. Don't just assume you're going to get some money out of it. Okay. Just that's your job. You're young enough to keep working and stuff now. So let them enjoy. So, okay. A scam page. We talked about how we are really vigilant about helping seniors with scams. So here's some great suggestions on personal safety, phone and email safety, and then mail and identity. The one thing with email stuff, just don't click the link, please, unless do not click the link. And on all of it, don't call the phone number either in the email or on the document. If it is from your bank, look up a true website or go to your debit card and see the phone number and call that number and ask. Do not call the number on an email or on the piece of paper. It will go to the scammer if it's a scam, and they will teach you what they need to teach you so they can suck all your money out. I had a good friend lose $382,000 doing that. There's no way to get it back, you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no way to get it back. The rest of this is just showing giving back. We are part of Homes for Heroes. Melissa and I and Courtney love doing that. That's our team. And what that means is if you happen to be in one of these fields, such as police, fire, EMS, military, veteran, educator, or medical profession, in any of those, if you buy a house, sell a house, or refinance a house, and we're utilized in that process, we donate part of our commission back as a thank you. And, it's, nothing in life is free. You have to use a hero in order for that to happen, because we've partnered with Homes for Heroes to do that. We're still at Geneva Financial. We just partner with Homes for Heroes, and it's part of a bigger picture too. It's called Circle of Giving, and Circle of Giving is just phenomenal. It's where part of the donations that come in from realtors, they go into a pool, and then what happens with that is that they give out grants monthly to 501(c)(3)s, to nonprofits that help in these areas with veterans or educators or health professionals or police and fire EMS. Anyway, it helps in that. And then they actually donate. So if you're in the inland Northwest, you may know New Beginnings. We were blessed to submit them. They accepted them and gave them a $5,000 grant, which was great. They do Christmas sharing every year, and they give $600 to Heroes in Need. And we've been blessed with honoring a female veteran who won that. And then we entered a gentleman, but he was blessed with another organization that we were connected with and received something during the holidays. So it's just a wonderful way to give back. It's just a beautiful way to say thank you for your service. Anytime you see a hero in any of these fields, or anyone who's helped you, just thank them. It's so silly, but they don't get thanked. I see and hear that all day long. They don't get thanked. So please thank them. But we are part of that. Whether you are currently in that field, retired from that field, you were a volunteer firefighter 20 years ago, you still qualify. So it's all good. We're pretty inclusive of everyone. So just a heads up, that's just a beautiful thank you. That's all, a gift. So supporting communities, we do that a lot. So that QR code there will take you to a lot of stuff that we've done, whether it's Boy Scouts, fire, police, military veterans. I'm part of the STAR program, Stars for Troops and First Responders. We buy beef and pigs at 4-H and FHA events, and donate those to nonprofits as well, so that they can feed the hungry. So we do a lot of community things. We've done pets, we've done Ronald McDonald House. So we believe in giving back, and I believe when you give back, you receive. So there you go. Just understanding giving back. This is what people don't get. They love the donations, but if we never do another loan, we won't receive any money in order to give back, right? So it is a win-win situation. You have to be realistic that people can give because they've also received. So it's about sharing. You might not want to reverse mortgage, but maybe your friend Betty does, maybe your neighbor down the street, maybe someone else that you're thinking about is bills are getting really tight, the cost of food or the cost of gas. Oh my gosh, because gas has gone up right now because of the war. But things might be really tight around the belt, and they just need some reprieve, possibly. So if not for you, think of who is it that might benefit from this, and have them call us at the 509-999-6464. We are here to serve and to help. Been around for a long time, and you're not around for a long time if you take advantage of people, and we don't do that. So here's a bunch of testimonials that'll share what kind of people we are and who we support and how we support you. And then down below, all of our social media, you'll also find the scam stuff somewhere in there. Melissa's going to put a link down below, but we have our own YouTube, as you're watching now, and you might be watching this on Facebook or so on, but Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. We're there, man. We might be, I might be the older generation, but we're hip. That's for sure. That's an old
That
one.
is true. Yep.
There you are. Well, we appreciate you all. And again, I know I've said it a few times. Please feel free to give us a call, 509-999-6464, and have a conversation with us. You can email us at Kathy's with a K, at genevafy.com. You can use the QR code, all many ways to get a hold of us. So we would be honored to serve you or your friends, your family, your neighbor, because if we can't help them, why are we here today? That's my philosophy, and I believe that. So you might not think that alone is helping somebody, but you know what? You never know behind closed doors how somebody is or is not doing. Maybe they need a little help. So we're here to check that out for them. So refer us, let us know, We'd love that. You have any comments, put it down below. Melissa's going to have some links for you to go look at. And we're just blessed that you watched this. So thank you. Have a blessed day. Melissa, as always, thank you so much for all of that you do. Thank you.
Of course. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. If you are watching the recording of this after the fact, we are still going to be monitoring comments, DMs. So reach out to us. Also, our website is a super great resource. I put the link to this, our Retire Your Way book, but it leads to our website. Even if you're not interested in reverse, we have a lending your way guide, we have a home buyer guide, we have a loan calculator. Check out our website. There are a lot of really great resources on there. If you're interested in a mortgage for yourself or information for anyone else, we are always here for you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again, Melissa. Always thank you. And yeah, we love to educate and to teach. So you can see that in what we present. So call an expert. That would be us at 509-999-6464. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Everyone.